experience. All right. So in 2021, the Housing and Population Census, put together, and the Statistical Service of Ghana came out with a certain number that for some of us is very frightening, and that is 4,000 marriages have been dissolved in Ghana. And per their interviews with the people they spoke to, most of them were asked for by the women and not the men.
Wow.
And so that begs the question, what is going on with modern marriages? And we know that the modern woman has a lot on her plate, a lot on her shoulder, but where balancing is not done right, marriage can be kicked out, just like that. And so we're having a conversation this morning with our lady, Rebecca Danso Abbeam. She is a teacher, she is a counselor, but her number one passion is being a counselor for students. So she loves to call herself the school counselor. And today our topic is the modern wife. We're going to delve into that with her. Good morning, Mama.
Good morning,
How
Joy.
are you?
Blessed and favored.
We
Yourself?
thank God. By God's grace, I'm fine.
Time.
It's awesome to see you
Yes.
after so many years.
Yes.
But I've been following you. I know you're doing great things.
Merci.
And so we thank God that you've taken time off your busy schedule to be here. When the question or the statement, the modern wives, or the modern wife, I should say, when we tell you the modern wife, what readily comes to mind?
Good morning to our cherished viewers. Modern wife is career oriented.
Yani akani ki kakra.
Obi opese oye bibi ma no ho. Enye so otifie na ye bema, ye de bema no. Obi oye bibi ama no ho. Building herself, to develop herself, to make impact. So she thinks she needs that room, that freedom, that independence to be able to develop herself, to be able to make impact. Yes. So schooling comes in. She's a wife, mother, schooling at the same time.
And sometimes even working. Some of them are working.
Doing extra jobs. That's the
modern woman now. And so would you say juggling a job, maybe a student, because some people are not schooling, the person is a mother, a wife, and on top of that, society also expects a lot from this person. Would you say, in your opinion, that is why a lot of women are asking for divorces these days?
I think it's because of lack of understanding. They lack understanding. Anything you set your heart to do, anything you purpose in your heart to accomplish, is very possible. You can do it. So, you knowing that you have that, you have that mind, you have that desire to develop yourself and become someone great, and you want to marry. Remember, there are rules and regulations, and each of them must be, obeyed, and then at the right time. So you ask yourself, I want to be a wife. To occupy the office of a wife, it comes with its own responsibilities, and there are rules governing that. So you ask yourself, am I prepared? The maturity aspect, am I prepared emotionally? Am I prepared psychologically? Am I prepared socially, financially? Am I prepared spiritually? So your very self, you ask yourself, do I have all these qualities? Have I been able to develop myself to that extent? So when I enter into marriage, can I cope to also add on? Because I'm going for someone's son. You understand? So I'm responsible for my own and also responsible for his own. So you have to know that this is the game. This is what comes, when you want to occupy that office as as a wife. So you need to have that plan. So we are talking about vision here. What is the drive? What are you looking at 10, 20 years to come? The future. So you put in place, and that is the process, which most of them are not ready to go through it.
You are talking about a process, vision, put plans. What plans? Okay, so somebody is listening to you right now. We love to help people on our show. We don't just want to come and sit here and talk. There is a wife this morning a modern wife somewhere is very overwhelmed with responsibilities of childbirth, taking care of children, chores, going to work, and all of that. What should this person do? Do you have any specific processes that you want this person to go through? Normally, ube say onye at inchire bi o ha ube say ube ma obi ano pe wo hwe yan a ase abawo any aware enoma wo so wo fie any na adwuma aburu no so ase say onhu ni awonye e dey na ube ka kire no fa ne fam mai.
It's about planning from the beginning. That's why we always encourage, advise the young ones that know the person you are choosing. You see someone you can be proud of, someone who can help you, knowing your future. You're going for someone who will serve as a helper.
So here, are we talking, let's for clarification's sake, are we talking about choosing a husband who would give you a helping hand, even domestically? Is that it?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that one comes very, it is very key here. So you knowing the person and knowing that this is deeper warrior bois for, Bema or bar or bois, it's both sides.
Okay.
So you sit, this is what I want to achieve. This is what we are looking for at the end of the day. So what can you do to help me? And we have some who are really helping. Some too, they don't, because maybe their upbringing, they are not exposed to such things, such training. So such a person, what are you supposed to do as a wife? Remember, you are a wife and you have that grace. Take your time, one at a time, plan it. All right, I'm supposed to do this at this time. So what am I supposed to do? Okay, I'll go to market and come this way, prepare this one, this time and this time. So you plan it. It's you can do it. You can plan it in such a way that you'll be able to go through it all. It's not easy. It's not easy. Initially, it's going to be difficult. But as you keep doing it with the help of God, you will make it. It's very possible when you make up your mind that I want to achieve it. Purpose in your heart and plan it well.
So are you saying that lack of planning for a lot of these modern wives is what is bringing them down?
It's one of them.
And what else? We want to know. You said we should plan. You what can say you adom no dada. We say adom no see aye may or oduman kuma de sade na adom ye dada. And so I was say ye nhihye what can nhihye say wo nhihye no if you why Abbeam.
If you are looking at your self-development, how well you've developed yourself. And then you are in the marriage, you are married, you are a wife, all right? So you are looking at his side too, what you can do to also help him. It's not about your very self. It's the two of you. So you help him develop himself. There are some of them, they don't know what they're about. Then all they know is, I'm married, I have a wife, I'm a husband. But you get knowledge. The woman, you getting the knowledge and sitting him down, taking him through, and you building it together. In a way, he'll be able to assist you. And also, be content with what you have and just purpose in your heart that I'm in this for the rest of my life. So I will do everything possible to sustain it. If you have that mentality that I'll try to a point, if I'm tired, I'll just drop everything and if that is your mentality, that strength won't come. But you purpose in your heart that we are doing it together to the end. So do everything possible, bring him on board. And the men too, be it the women or the men, both sides, please, let's just pull our resources together. Let's help each other. Let's build each other. And let's not focus on our weaknesses and this, and then this one is complaining and this one is hitting the other. But let's pull, our strength. Let's come together and work on ourselves and move together. And it's beautiful. Please, let's do that. Men help the women. Women be helpers in their lives.
If you say the men should help the women, exactly what are you talking about?
Emotionally, psychologically, you are there for the person. She needs something. She wants to be heard. She has something in mind. She's going through a lot. She needs someone to discuss with, and you are not available. You come, you don't give her that attention. She'll find someone else. And that is what is bringing in that emotional affair.
Yeah, and that is why,
Okay.
I was about to come to that because you spoke about emotional affair. It's one of the things that come before me. Joy, I didn't mean to. There's this person at work who listens to me all the time. Whenever I have issues at home, issues at school, or I'm done or anything, when I want to talk to my husband, he's not there. He goes to work and come in the middle of the night. On Saturdays, he either has a funeral or a wedding and all of that. He's never there. So I found myself talking to this person at work. And by the time I realized, I've developed feelings for that person. Is that what you are talking about?
Yes, please.
Emotional affair.
Emotional
They've not
affair.
had sex or anything.
It begins with a conversation, you know, and then attachment. And you realize that you always want to be drawn. You always want to hear from the person. You always want to talk to the person. And you love doing that more than your husband.
Okay. Medasi, thank you. I've been listening. You know, it's always a joy to listen to two amazing women who are really schooled in this particular office. And to Medasi be brain. Person me bisa. Ayebia aware no for obia.
Aware enye phobia me to me. The intention of God is it's not good. It's not good. And yes, say obema betna se ono nko a. But now ebi asetena ohwe baby ofree the background and where he wants to get to. He thinks minya boafo a ebeboa me. But say unim say you are not prepared. Our it's not for boys and girls, please.
Inti enye for obia.
Enye for obia. There are people, they are not matured. They are not prepared to occupy that office.
Okay.
So if such a person enters, remember, he's going to be a burden on someone. So be prepared emotionally, psychologically, physically, socially, financially. You must have that maturity. You must have that preparedness to be able to make impact. Else you become a burden on someone. It will be one-sided. And remember, it takes two to tangle.
Okay.
So I don't think it's for everybody. But in God's own plan, He wishes everybody goes in. But there are some people they've not gotten it.
A branch be doing como, and we came across this word when Yakupon say a virtuous woman who can find.
It's not a Bible, no. A Bible is a virgin.
Okay, but so let's
get the
a virtuous
yourself.
Woman. Yeah.
Obapa.
Obapa. Don't say that, but Obapa. Wana and for us, so in our discussion, I say this is a challenge, and I'm here to my say Obapa Wana Binya. Bema Bibri show in this modern day, you discuss the modern wife. How does one find a friend say Obapa? What are some of the qualities of Bema? Because a long journey.
Yeah.
One I'll be who say
exactly.
Nipa meet you in interest our quine way and I say meet you in interest our quine. But before you even get into that particular office, no, what are some of the qualities of a modern day woman? Or your Bapa?
My dear brothers, brethren, are you there? You must look for character, a woman with character. Maybe I will explain. Don't go for charisma.
Yes.
Go for character. What is charisma? Eh, me who obano or two sorry. Eh, feel Joshua. This woman, if I marry her, she will pray. She will pray for me. Or but to mama me when I'm sick, she's there. She'll be there. You know, you have that those whatever. You always ask yourself, Charlie, this beauty. Wonderful. Please don't be. I know men are side people, eye people, right? But go beyond that. Those things you see out there, they are different from what happens at home. Okay. So be observant. Watch from afar. Find out from friends. As you mingle, you are having fun. Be watching the way she relates to others. When someone provokes her attitude, we can shout at the person. You're observing. Be observant. Don't be carried away by that feeling that, oh, love. But love is careful. Love observes. Love is patient. So take your time, observe very well, and be prayerful. This is a spiritual journey. So, as a Christian, if you're Muslim, you must also be, you pray to Allah. A Christian, seek the face of God and observe, watch. Don't just be moved by the beauty, you know, they are all good, but go beyond that. Go beyond that. You visit her at home and you realize, Charlie, around now, and then man call you papa. But when she dresses and comes out,
how would you know? Because if she's aware, say me ba besra now, but to be
so sometimes unannounced visits, and you don't go alone with some friends. I mean, you know what you are looking for. You know what you are looking for. So you do your own background checks and gather some information. Her attitude towards her parents at home. You know, shouting at the mother on phone, and maybe also doing the fun making and all that in the dark gathering, behavior and all that. Please gather those information. And if you know someone who knows her well, why not? You can find an informal way of getting information.
And right. Yama Rebecca Danso Abbeam Edin Komo Afa enne eyire enne mafuo eyire nom ehu na ohyase ekyirechire mu se enne mafuo eyire nom no wonte se kane no edie no na yama nom na se mo de no mutifie papa ko no de abawo ni fie hwe nko na enne no akoye school sem oye dwumayeni ono amuko school owo mma ewokunu ewofie a wohwe. That is the biggest difference. Na Alex ubisa no say ebeden no wahunu oba pa no say ne Bible ka oba pa ho na benya maame ne ka say ma ye hwe anisuo nko a na emom ye momoden say ebehwe ne ewa akoma mu. Osi don't go for charisma, go for character. Nti ye hwe suban na emom anya say sebe mpreduasa eto eso ananofo ni kokko anani tuntum ni kasa na nyomto seni osi bompa ye wa sorry dem ana seni osi ye no ma bisa osi ni nyina ye na emom no one ne kotena yesi wa ho fede wo beko na wo suban no so when ye ma meetwa so I want us to bring the conversation back to the modern woman. Yeah, now when people want to compare and contrast the olden wife with the modern na mempe because there are times things were different and at times to things are this. So let's concentrate on the modern woman and see say no e dey na obeka say modern wife no all year enunti normal nko ye wi a no aba ni obetumi aye I improve
you modern woman ye because say you choose here we be your wife ye nyanti ase ne ye say we are cleaving to become one flesh.
But you can you
on say nyankopon asem nyame e kan say wenti na be ma beja ne na ho and cleave on ne neja na on ne yire on your honam kro. So till cleaving is done you can become that one flesh. Na cleaving hono e ho na asem ni nyina wo chiefo ne ahwefo e ho na asem ni wono
chiremu kakra
cleaving no won say what abusiem you were brought up in the family and you are coming to live with someone you don't know. You met for some few months, years, you know. So the person's makeup, you have no idea the things he or she is exposed to. And now you are coming to live with that person. You have your own weaknesses. He has his own weaknesses, you know. And now you are coming to live with a person, manage home, have family, raise children, and your culture is different. You know, it's confusing. You think sometimes you want your freedom, you want to be independent. But here's the case, you are supposed to discuss, sit with a person. Tell it, we plan together. We want to do that, and how much can you provide? You too, I want to support this way and that and that. And you are coming together to help build, expand, increase. You know, so that is where we find ourselves difficult.
Shouldn't that conversation happen pre-marriage? no. Yeah, me catch and confirm say. Yes, yeah, ye komo.
It does happen.
Let's iron out some things before.
It does happen, but the thing is that mommy the making sure the bond, that bringing that 30 years of experience. Me so me 30 years, but I say 35 years, but me subanu usuno. Merging that together, that is where the problem is.
And it begins to show when we live together.
Yes.
That is when the
So I'm not ready to accept your
if you are not ready to accept,
you are also not ready.
If you are not ready to accept, then why did you marry me in the first place? Well, that is the mis because if we don't iron out these things and we get married, there would never be peace at home. At least the person's core character, core beliefs, not everything. The core character, core beliefs, pet peeves, their favorites and all of that. Those basic things, it should be okay by you in the beginning.
How did they do it? Because they've moved to so much now for 20 years.
That comparison, like I said, Alex, it's a very difficult thing.
If they were able to do it, there is they've been more than women
Alex,
since the
for instance, when it comes to conflict resolution, they resort to elders and opinion leaders, and they find a way of just solving it. But today, social media is where we go to. We want answers, counsel from people on Facebook. Eho is our meeting place. And then the telenovelas we've been watching, we saw the man and the woman, treating the man this way, and then the man treating the woman this way. We want to see it in our home. So when we go home and we are married, Kofi and Adu are married, and I'm not seeing it because I have that one in mind. I want to see it at home. And I'm not seeing Kofi doing it. You're going to have some thoughts.
If Kofi is not doing it, are you to do it?
Because you think that's the modern marriage.
The advice, or the source of where we get our advice, is the problem.
It's the problem. But I think, why did the two of you come together? You know very well that
the why.
I'm in love with you. I think we can live together. Kofi, yeah, we can live together. So the two of you sit down, plan the future together. And please, there are some red flags that our ladies and our gentlemen, they always overlook. Please, in that relationship, that time you go and sit, you go KFC, Papa, you quite enjoy very well. We are at National Theatre. We are going here. We are buying this. We are doing that. My lady, watch. There are some red flags we overlook, hoping he will change when we get married.
Marriage never changed anybody.
You can't change the person. So those red flags, for instance, you know the person does abuse you. Some few discussion you had with the person because you didn't agree with him. Slap.
And then
oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My sister, it's a fair sign. The next time you realize he nearly hit you because he was angry. He has problem with his temper. Can you live with such a person? You don't tell me that when we marry, Obejai, he will stop. So we'll go on. You will go and meet him in a different mood. That one or the fufu woman.
Let's also not forget maybe almost the same thing. Yeah, maybe
exactly. So please watch out for those red flags. Don't be carried away by love things.
All right, let's come down to the modern woman. It's like we're swaying a lot. The modern woman, would you say modernization, education, exposure? Because I know of certain cases, Obani a lawyer. Well, no. Nikunu F na chibako or media chel. Second one or say ne mame e ka kire ni say wo matina ware hu close to 40 years. Wo papa fa machia ko be mienu miensa kra de aba. Na wo wafa wachi ono onfa mbamba wo si waja no. Oba ni si we dey mean to me and you know she saying I know my rights as a wife. If you have claimed to me then you should be faithful to me. What you say? Ne mama say that. But obani so be jawari, ampan so jai awari. You see the difference between so would you say education, exposure? Say a man are economically empowered. A lot of the women who stay in such abusive marriages, and 1 year, sebi. Bemani sebi o enyambra sem kron to me is because they are not economically empowered. So because ene sika ye wo school ayako exposure no any modernization tin e ma bebre be oya ya so meja wa mpa so no waja o beka say no so ka ho
eno ka ho but wo ye pay independence ye pay freedom na on say aware bi wa wo korwe mu a nhyeso no bema no o call that way no na komom na ene ya.
Okay.
I have cases like that. He would do anything possible to just frustrate you.
O call the ense o call wanimu wa
brabom no wa disua o career o try to do those things no nakumam.
That is an insecure man who would think like that. Like
he will lose you. So they don't. Some don't support. And it creates a lot of problem.
Okay.
That one is also a factor, you know. And then the woman, friends sometimes can also cause that. The things they discuss and what we hear out there influence sometimes our way of doing things. I can say, I know a gentleman, very noble person. He wasn't like that. Very noble person. But what made him do that? Friends. He has some friends who are all into it. And it looks like he was that odd. And he feels he's not, you know, accepted. So let me
friends
also
who are all into what? No, girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Side chicks. Garden. Garden. Yeah. They are into who know it's not near a garden once a man. You don't have anything to offer. And you want to just join, you want to belong, you want to be part of it, you want to feel accepted. So they once a while introduce someone.
I would stand here and speak for other men who I know for a mere fact that wo yemo and one for gardens and but they stand their grounds and they are not influenced. So there are a lot of disciplined men out there, and I speak for them. Let's applaud them also.
Oh yeah.
But modern day woman. Meaning say what Joy Wilson wants in marriage is different from what you want in marriage. What other women want is quite different from what other women want. So what are the 3 core things that the modern woman is looking for in marriage?
She's looking for future. She's looking for joy. She's looking for fulfillment.
She's looking for a future.
Joy.
She's looking for joy.
Fulfillment.
And she's looking for fulfillment. Fulfillment is a big question.
Yeah.
Because if you are fulfilled, that means you are happy. That means your future is bright.
You have that security too.
So they will do everything to get that fulfillment.
Exactly. And that's why the helper, you, the man that you are living with her, if she's not getting it from you, and someone is trying to help her in that area, the attention goes there. Because we are heart people.
Yeah, heart people. Men are
eye people. We are heart people. So we easily get drawn to anyone who tries to show us affection. Kindness, care, listen to us, acceptance. So
and then man with the pa.
From
but Alex, me can say be my Alex. Do you realize that when God created women, He had already created everything? After us, nothing else was created. Until now, we are Bema. Answer now, do Obaba and you have to make sure you have.
But so that we also have.
It is a way of making women see there you are special. Young can go and lord it over the man.
Okay.
But if you are talking to especially women who have no confidence in themselves, it's one of the orientation. There, God created you last for a reason. Everything has been laid out for you. So all you have to do is to see who you are there, in it, and make it work.
We are living in a modern world. There's a modern day woman and there's also a modern day man. Is it because we can't find a balance? You spoke in the beginning that I think balance is actually key. Is it one of the major problems that both, your friends saying, sectors are facing, your friends, when it comes to a modern day woman and a modern day man? The balance to be able to say, I'm also modern, you are modern. You get what I mean? Where do you find the balance in this?
Yeah, the balance comes in when the two of you have purposed in your heart. You've purposed in your heart. You've made up your mind. You've psyched yourself that we are moving forward. We are heading towards this place together.
I'm not afraid for you to go first.
I'm not afraid. So I will ensure that I'm ensuring that value, you are gaining much value. You are adding more value to yourself. For instance, in my case, I wanted to register for master's program in counseling psychology. And I thought about it some time ago. And he is into data science programming. And that's aside what he does. And it was like, yeah, it's a master's program. So, me. He didn't talk. And then I think he found out that very month will be the closing date for the forms. I was there one morning. Yeah, go and register for the program. I said, oh, I'll go. The next day, please go and register quickly. I picked all the necessary documents I will need. No, that day was the last day for registration. And I went to do it. So Kwame Mary said, better. Now we are moving. This is a man who wants to ensure that the wife improves and add value to herself, move on, develop herself. Because as he is going, he wants, we have to be on the same platform, the same page. And then we move on. We build it together. Remember, we are in to help expand, build, increase, and enjoy later.
Together. That should be the ultimate plan.
That's the ultimate plan. So we are doing everything possible. As one is going down, you are making sure that, you are rising, you are pulling the person along, and then you are working on yourselves.
Would you agree, sir, most failed marriages, are because your friend is saying they are not agreeing together on that one particular plan. They don't plan first and to agree and to go throughout to the plan.
Yeah, because the bonding is not there.
Okay.
The bonding is not there. What brings you together? What brings you together? In times of difficulties, what brings you together? That's when, you start blaming yourselves, accusing each other. It will separate you and you find answers elsewhere. And please, the last thing.
Okay.
Our weaknesses. Remember, angels don't marry. Viewers, please, angels don't marry.
It's human beings who marry.
It's human beings who marry.
As pets, yeah. We want to say a big thank you.
Let's work on ourselves and our weaknesses and encourage ourselves when it comes to our strength, so that we all be out there and enjoy together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A big thank you to Mrs. Rebecca Danso Abbeam. She loves to call herself school counselor. She has so much to do every day, everywhere, but her core passion is bringing up the youth, especially in our school. Thank you so much, Mama. There's something I know, and that is a nation cannot stand together except they agree.
Yeah.
How can two work together
unless they
they agree? And so that is the core thing. If you want to move on, if you want to grow together, and if you want to ultimately enjoy in the future, the core thing I've learned today is we should live, cleave, plan, agree, and move forward. All right, we're going.